the alarm was spread to every Russian city, village, factory, and farm, and everywhere the men responded. These civilians who have had their army training know just where to go, exactly where their duty lies. On they come, four abreast. And as you look into their faces and see perhaps a resemblance to faces dear to you, remember that some of them are dead today and others are dying. They gave the best account of themselves. A brave man can when he's not stealing another man's life and land, but defending his own. They sign their names, repeat the simple oath, shake hands. They're nearer now. They have their sacks and part of their equipment on the way to the front, their front. They all know why. Work speeds up in the factories. No sulking or complaints. The workers know they are Russians and soldiers. So do the miners. There goes the coal, huge black diamonds needed for defense. The scientists work in their laboratories. The man at the right is Kalitsa, the famous physicist. His mind and his heart, like those of the other workers, are in the service of his country. Molten steel, white-hot rivers of steel, for bullets, bombs, shells, tanks, planes and guns, for warships and regiments, to answer Hitler. Here's a man who had been pensioned off after long, hard years of work well done. He's back in harness, and a younger man is fighting. He's fighting too, and knows it. If the women don't know how, if work that must be done is strange to them, the men show them what to do and say goodbye. The girls do not cry. They work instead. They're fighters too. This one isn't making pins and needles. These women from the country are learning about tractors. First they examine and handle the parts, try hard to follow the instructor. Maybe they can drive horses all right. First time behind the wheel. Now these women drivers. The men don't jeer at them in Russia now. Both are too busy. Now the kids. No country without kids. All eager to help, to give a hand to their fathers and mothers in their country. They march to the fields like little men and women. The girls in the truck garden, the boys in the wheat. This is what they like best, sentry duty. This is war, not only for grown-ups, but for kids. Up they go on the ladders to watch for the parachutes, to take part in the game that is no game, the big game started by Hitler, that these kids are going to finish. So's the old man. He's 72, but his eyes are sharp. He's on the lookout. No planes will bomb this village in the Ukraine before he gives the alarm. And take a shot at them for luck, the old-fashioned rifle. His sons have new ones at the front. Hurry, hurry with the harvest. The Nazis are coming. This man will be lost for a while. Scorched earth. One day, 2 days in which to show his wife the ropes. The gleaners. What was it Stalin said? Not a single pound of grain is left behind. When all hands can't do the job fast enough, the soldiers come. bound for safety. Truckloads, bushels by the hundreds of thousands. Big truckloads of life against hunger. Men go forward to danger. Supplies to the rear. This is war. The Russians' war. The British war, the war of France, the Czechs, the Poles, Norway, Holland, Belgium, not to mention Spain, China. The fight for freedom. Red Cross nurses drill for an air alarm. And when the houses are blown down and the injured are dragged from the smoking rooms, these girls will be on hand. And some of them are dead. A woman's battalion. A war for women, too. They will nurse the wounded, tend communications, carry stretchers under fire. If needed, they would gladly take their place in the fighting lines with bayonets. But the men who can stand up to Hitler can't quite take it when women are wounded at their side. When women's bodies are ripped and torn and burned where men can see them. So the women are willing to do what is best, to be killed without killing, for Russia and their men and their children, to beat Hitler for Russia and for us. If things were not as bad as they are, they'd rather dance and sing and stay at home. As it is, they're fighting, and know why. Goodbye, women. There go the trucks. They're headed for the front and may not come back. Goodbye. Behind the lines, those left at home, someone has to stay home. They make presents for the soldiers, cakes, socks, handkerchiefs, knitting, old hands knitting, old grandmothers hoping and waiting, but knitting just the same. This little girl has painted a design on the cover of a box to be sent to a hero at the front. She hasn't seen a front, not yet, but she thinks there should be something beautiful sent there, with the cakes and sock. The soldiers, they open the boxes, read the letters, eat, they smile. They have nothing to laugh at, but they smile. The people in the rear have not forgotten. They're all in this together.